Welcome to the first episode of the Vibe Archive. My name's Derek. I'm going to be the host of this show, basically where we talk about anything that has a vibe, whether it's a cool TV show, cool movies that come out that we can review, any sort of talking points. I'm the type of person that's into darker type things, whether it's music or anything like that, movies. So I think it'd be cool to have like a little show that kind of goes over stuff like that, whether it's a little bit cinematic or just has that vibe. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was the True Haunting series. It's called Eerie Hall. That one takes place in the 1980s in Geneseo College in New York. It follows a college student, Chris Desari. He's a runner, pretty active kid, and he starts kind of hearing this voice calling his name throughout the halls. It kind of progresses to where, it starts haunting him. It's haunting his friends even, where they try to help him out, and he even has to ask his dad for help. Something that I thought that was pretty cool about this series was that the series kind of made it into like a movie where it had a super cool storyline, cinematic shots. It kind of had that Stranger Things color grade in a way. And so I kind of like it because it made it stand out in that way, where the storyline behind it was like a movie and a documentary, also with the interviews and all that. So it takes place in the 80s. Chris Desari began hearing a voice calling his name shortly after moving into his dorm. His roommate also witnessed objects moving in their own. So it's really not just haunting him. It's haunting, pretty much anybody that it can in the college. So, there was probably a lot more that just didn't get the story recognized that this one did. But the most terrifying encounter apparently happened March 13th, 1985, when Chris claimed the ghost attacked him in the shower, leaving marks on his back. After the attack, they eventually stopped. A priest was called for an exorcism, but the ghost is said to have moved to a different room. Chris has continued to speak about the experience, which has featured in True Haunting. So I think that is definitely a cool, movie night to watch, where you can probably knock them all out. I think that they're each maybe like 45 minutes to an hour. The vibe of it was definitely cool. It's like a Stranger Things mixed in with a documentary. So I thought it was unique how the documentary had really good storytelling, really cinematic, looked like a modern horror movie, but also where it would go back to the documentary, where it would kind of give you backstory on everything and actually interview the people that the story was based off of. So I thought that separated it from a lot of new documentaries that are coming out in the true crime realm like that. They actually have 2 other episodes in that same series, which we'll do another review on, because I think that the way that they did that one was super cool also. And since it's October, I'm going to try to have that Halloween vibe where we do a lot of reviews on horror, thriller, metal, anything that's in that Halloween vibe. So I wanted to do a ghost stat segment where I kind of went over and talked about some ghost stats that I could find. So one of them is around 18% of Americans say they have seen or been in the presence of a ghost. I'm not quite surprised by that number. I believe in ghosts, obviously, but I don't have a story where I truly believe that I was in the presence of one. So I can believe that. Another one is 41% of American adults believe in ghosts or spirits, especially with all of the new cameras that are out, whether it's Ring cameras, security cameras, cell phones. We're always recording something. So we have a lot more proof to kind of go off of now, so I can believe that one. Over 75% of Americans believe in at least one paranormal phenomenon, which I would kind of categorize that as aliens or ghosts, basically. And 75% of Americans believe in at least one paranormal phenomenon, especially whenever the government basically said, yeah, aliens are real. Come on, you can't really deny that we don't know everything that's out there. So I thought that those were some pretty cool facts to kind of throw up in there. So that's my review on the True Haunting Eerie Hall documentary. Do you believe that Chris was actually haunted at Geneseo Hall? And also drop a comment on what paranormal phenomenon you believe in. Thanks for checking out this first episode of the Vibe Archive, and let me know what we should review next.